Hey guys, Doug here. How's it going? I have another 2018 Lemax Spooky Town building review for you here today. I have the Haunted Museum. Now this is a building that really tugs at my heartstrings and it scratches that nostalgia itch. Whenever we go on trips places, I always love to see the wax museums, the little haunted museums like the ones you find on like boardwalks. It seems like anywhere like that there's always a little a haunted attraction. But I have seen and been in several small haunted museums, and normally they're tourist trap places, nothing really that special, but sometimes there are some really cool ones you can find. And again, that's what this reminds me of. So when I saw the static shots of this, they really don't do it justice because of the lighting here. And that's the key thing on so many Spooky Town pieces that really make or break them. And while this one does have a really good finish, we'll talk about that here in a minute, some details. It looks fantastic lit up. There is a lot going on here as far as lighting. Now, FYI, this is a static lit piece, so that's why I'm using pictures here, in this video versus actual, animated footage or whatever, because there is no animation. But it is very well lit. First thing that jumped out at me when I turned it on, it reminds me of, like old school Spooky Town when they used to light up all the pumpkins. I love lit pumpkins, and both the pumpkins here on the stoop of the museum, they're both lit. Now, aside from the pumpkins, you get various yellow/orange lighting and the green. So when it does light up, when it's completely dark, it really gives off a lot of it. Let's talk about some of the actual details around this building. So on top, of course, you have this crazy-looking bat with the the crossbones, skull and crossbones there. That's on the top of the roof, and then below and above, like the actual haunted museum marquee, you have a really neat looking pumpkin ghoul. I love pumpkin ghouls. This reminds me of the famous, the Spirit Halloween Cornstalker, which I am actually hoping to get one later this year. It's an animated prop for the yard, but I love me some pumpkin ghouls. And of course, with the the Halloween sign there, there's also actually looks like like an orc or an imp or something in green. On the left side of the building, it has a broom cauldron collection, is what it says, with a nod to witches. On the other side of the building here, there's a lit brazier. Now, it doesn't actually pulsate or anything, but the flame does light up, and it's very, very bright. All right, so let's talk about the bottom of this building, because there's a lot going on here as well. One side of it here, it has Dr. Frankenstein's monster. He's holding a little light, like the spooky flashlight shot when you, illuminate the bottom of your face and it looks spooky. His is lit up like that in green. Very scary looking, and it's really pronounced on this. It's probably, when the piece is lit, at night, it's probably about the most pronounced feature on this outside of the pumpkins. Right next to it, there's a little indoor scene with various portraits on the wall. Vampire, mummy, looks like a wolf man, a couple other things. So kind of finishing off the details here, on the other side of the building, down below, there's a little witch hat, and then there's a sign, it actually is a loose sign. You do have to put this on the building. It comes next to the power supply in the box, but it just slips on, no problem. But it says cultural artifacts on display with an emphasis on cult. So yeah, this is a piece that's just dripping with atmosphere. All these little details and lighting really bring home, this cohesive theme of that roadside attraction, spooky museum. Now, of course, most don't look actually as authentic as this, where this actually does look like a real haunted museum, with an old brick building. But still, nonetheless, you could use this, in a town section. You could use this by itself, kind of like, like I talked about the casino, like a little roadside attraction. There's a bunch of things you could do with this. It also brings to mind, it would work, around the costume shops, and a couple other pieces actually that you'll see me talk about later on this year. It would go really, really well with them. So yeah, I am really, really impressed with this piece. Again, the promo shots don't do it justice with all the lighting that's going on here. Not animated lighting, but it's still very, very bright, and there's good layers here. I just think I like it when they mix the colors to at least two different colors. I think it just looks cooler in the display, and the green and the yellow, they do work very well together. Especially those pumpkins. I love the pumpkins on the stoop. It's a feature that they used to do that I would love to see them do more. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Haunted Museum. I give it a 9 out of 10. I think this is going to be another one that's really popular when these start hitting stores. It's just a piece exploding with detail and some fantastic lighting. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.